Welcome Raider Nation and my champions, this is Eric, and this video is going to break down our Week 2 matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to give you 4 keys to this game that's going to determine whether we win or lose. Now let's get right to it. Now, as always, we start on the defensive side first, and I add a little wrinkle here, and I put these little red rings around certain players, and that's going to denote if that player is on the questionable list coming into this game. So either they might not start, might not even play, or have limited play during the game. I wanted to denote that. And I also included our entire injury list here, and you can see there are 5 players that have been deemed out for week 2. And that includes Josh Jacobs, our starting running back, but we'll get into the offensive side a little bit later. As far as the defensive side, we have Carl Nassib, Yannick Ngakoue, and Darius Philon on the questionable list. As far as the Steelers, they don't have much. They have a third string tight end as questionable. They do have 2 players on the defensive end. Again, we'll talk about that when we get to that side of the ball. But the first key I want to talk about for this matchup, our defense against their offense, is, of course, stopping Big Ben. Now, I mentioned last week with Lamar Jackson to contain him, I think we need to get to Big Ben and knock him on his ass. And like Al Davis used to say, the quarterback needs to go down, needs to go down hard. So we're going to need not only outside pressure. I think Crosby can out Okorafor, who was filling in for Zach Banner, who's on the IR, but also we need some interior pressure as well. Quentin Jefferson getting in here. Darius Philon can provide that as well. We need to get to him because he is much better passer than Lamar Jackson. He can't run. We don't necessarily have to be conservative inside interior to worry about his running game. Plus, he has a lot more weapons to throw to. Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Chase Claypool here, this outside wide receiver. And this goes along the line, the second key on this side of the ball I want to get to. And I did put it on Trayvon Merrick, but it could apply to the entire secondary to stop him. But I know Big Ben, that veteran quarterback, he's going to go after this rookie free safety. And I've said before, I was a little leery about getting a free safety to start as a rookie because there's a bit of a learning curve. And this could be the week where you could see him possibly getting burnt once or twice on a big play from one of these big time wide receivers. I think for us to win this game, these 2 keys are mandatory. We're going to have to get to Big Ben, not let him stay in the pocket, and have our secondary that's going to be a much better test and much bigger test than the Baltimore Ravens were. And yes, I sounded the air raid alarm once again, and this is why I think we need to throw the ball more than we pass, just for the simple fact we're not going to have Richie Incognito. John Simpson's going to start for him again. And of course, Denzel Good's out for the year with a knee injury. We have basically a makeshift line, and I'm not necessarily saying deep passing game. I don't think we can really do that against this defense, and here's why. They are extremely well at rushing the passer, much more so than the Baltimore Ravens. They lost Bud Dupree, but they picked up Melvin Ingram. Now, I know he had an off year last year, but it looked like he had a pretty good week last week. He was coming off an injury last year. Same type of player as Bud Dupree, basically a plug and play kind of outside linebacker, Leo type pass rusher here. Also, Cam Hayward here. This guy is a beast on the inside, a prototypical 3-4 defensive end. Last week, he got a 93.6 pass rushing grade from PFF. He had a sack. He had 2 pass deflections. He's going to be a problem. And then, of course, I can't go without saying this guy right here, TJ Watt. And the big thing with this guy is going to be, he's going to be facing Alex Leatherwood, the rookie. This is going to be a real test, and this is why I put this as my key. This is probably the biggest key for the entire game, how well this offensive line does against these pass rushing monsters. And this is going to be a problem. John Gruden better have some good schemes, or Carr is going to be running for his life out there. And like I said, I'm not talking about the passing game, the air raid signal being deep. I'm really talking about here this short passing game. We need to keep this pass rush at bay. And Kenyon Drake is great at the screen game, dump offs, the hot reads out here in the flat. He can do that all day. Give him some open space. He's dangerous. And also Hunter Renfrow here in the slot, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. He's going to likely be going up against Trey Norwood, their nickel DB. a 7th round rookie from Oklahoma. I think he can take him on no problem. I would like to see Ruggs and Edwards get involved, but I'm not sure how long Carr's going to have in that pocket with this, between this makeshift line and this ridiculous pass rush that the Steelers have. So I think we need to have a good blocking scheme, and we need to keep them at bay with some short passing. And I think if we can do that and keep those defensive keys, we can win this game. Now, there's one other thing I want to mention, and yes, we're going to be doing another halftime report at the Raiders-Steelers game tomorrow morning, and we're going to be going over our good, our bad, our ugly, as well as those keys to the game I just mentioned, and get your opinions. I want to have your interaction as well, what you think of the game thus far. We have a lot of fun with this, and I encourage you all to come join us. This video was brought to you by Chucky's Protein Powder, your likes and subscribes. If you have any comments, put them in the section below. I read every comment, and if I've had enough tequila, I'll probably respond to your comments as well. If you want to catch up to our previous videos or our playlists, they're right here. Thank you for watching and supporting this channel, and as always, go Raiders.